What's going on, guys? If you can tell by what I have in my hand, a red solo cup, I have a very fun guest joining me today on WWE's NXT's Instagram Live. Very excited to talk with him. I have Montez Ford joining me, one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions. And we are going to get into it. We're going to talk about his time at NXT. We're going to talk about he and Bianca. We're going to talk about he and Angelo. Really what makes Montez Ford Montez Ford. Some would argue that he's one of the most entertaining men on the roster. And I've always said it. I love watching Montez. When he's out there and the Street Profits are out there doing their thing, it's so awesome to see what they have together and how they interact with the crowd. It's just, it's like none other. So cheers to Montez. We will wait for him to get on here for just a second. 1 second, bear with me, guys. He's on here with us yet. Oh, there he is. Connecting. Dear.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon.
Let's see. Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me? Is everything good?
Can you hear me?
Good?
How are you doing?
Yes, ma'am. Good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. I figured I should start this off in a Street Profits fashion, huh?
Oh, in best way fashion. Myself, Montez Ford, one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions. Also, Miss McKenzie would like to welcome you all to a homecoming of sorts, I guess, because we're on WWE's NXT, so it's just like a homecoming of sorts, you know?
Yes. Thank you for joining me on the NXT account. We're really excited to kind of talk to you on here, talk to you a little bit about Raw, but about some of your time at NXT as well, and then just get into some fun stuff about lifestyle stuff with you and Bianca and you and Angelo, and play a little fun game at the end. So we've got a lot of fun things planned.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. How's it been spending time at home with this time off?
So we've been like making sure we've been staying in shape. So we've been working out, working on new ingredients, you know, figuring out different and new ways, making waffles, you know, and different workout routines, and you know, making like these like huge family conference calls and catching up with everybody. So it's been something. It's been good.
Good. Serious question. Are the waffles plain, or do you add anything into them?
So I try to add some protein in them. So I'll use like the chocolate from the protein. I put a little chocolate in the protein. Try to make a little chocolate protein waffle. That way you kind of mash two birds with one stone, as they say. You know.
You spice it up then.
Yeah,
I hear you.
yeah. You gotta spice it up a little bit.
You also said that you've been working out some. Do you still, I know I heard when you were with us on WWE's The Bump, you enjoyed running and you did track when you were in high school and growing up. Do you still run for fun or enjoy that, or do it for cardio?
Yes, ma'am. So in the military too, they also had us do like this PFT, where it's like a physical fitness test every year, where we used to have like to run like 3 miles at a certain point. So like running is just one of the things that's just been embedded since high school, track. So we still run now. I try to do different variations now running, like using the Airdyne bike and using weights. That way you switch it up, because it's a lot of good athletes in the WWE. So
Sure.
You got to catch up. You got to keep up with them.
I hear you. Well, we obviously are on the NXT account, so I do kind of want to talk about your time at NXT a little bit, bring it back home. Yes. What was your time like as a whole in NXT on the Black and Gold brand?
Yeah? Amazing. Flawless. NXT, as you already know, NXT has a very, it's such a hunger environment. You
Right.
know, just everybody is everybody across the board, across the company, everybody's hungry. NXT is it's like that first time for a lot of people, including myself, where the world gets to see you and you get introduced. So it's just that environment of always just trying to like just outperform, you know, everything. You know, just live up to the expectations and you know, just give the fans exactly what they want. Because
Sure.
you know, as you have watched since you were a child as well, like you just want to make sure you like recreate moments that made everything what it is today. So, but yeah, NXT was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Good. Do you have any favorite memories or any fond memories from NXT?
Man, gosh, just I would say one of the fondest memories is obviously Takeover with me and Dawkins. We won the NXT Tag Team Championships. That was crazy. That was crazy. I would say just the every NXT, the taping when we went live, everything. Just that environment of like being there with those just the fans, man. They it's something else. They real passionate
Sure.
about it, and it's so crazy how it's like a two-way street, and it just makes everything. So
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you touched on championships. What are your thoughts on the current NXT champions, the Broserweights, with Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne? But then we also have Timothy Thatcher in the picture. So, what are your thoughts
right.
on that?
Oh right, I think they're cool. I love them. I love them. I love it. Riddle, me and Riddle go way back, like full flats on the Cadillac. So, but yeah, all those guys are really good guys, and they're highly entertaining, and I love how like Pete is just like he wants to like not relish how
Right.
like Riddle's always trying, but I love those guys. Yeah.
The
So.
dynamic is definitely fun to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me ask you this question. If you ever had to substitute Angelo, if the same instance were happening and you had to have somebody else help defend the Raw tag team titles, is there anybody else that you would add in to fill Angelo's spot for a second?
That's a great question. I'll probably say Bianca. I'll probably say
Okay, hey,
Bianca.
that's a
Yeah,
fit. That's a perfect fit. You guys already know each other
yeah.
very well, obviously, and she knows the
Yeah,
dynamic of the Street Profits. So
she's already way stronger than me anyway. So yeah, it will just work. Yeah.
she's gonna love hearing this interview as well. Well, what was it like for your first time going from NXT to Raw? What was it like competing on the Raw stage for the very first time?
It's one of them things where it's like it sounds cliche, but it's so hard to explain because I've been watching Raw like since I was like, you know, like a little tadpole and can barely do a cartwheel or whatever else. But just to get to Monday Night Raw, NXT to perform and you know do the art and what we do is performance. It's just like man, it's crazy. It's mind blowing. And Raw has such huge history with so
Hmm.
many icons and Hall of Famers and people that have like been through that show and like to be a part of that and to now for us to have a chance to add more memories to everybody it's fantastic. So
Oh yeah.
truly
Well,
honored.
well, it was a big accomplishment this year. You were in WrestleMania. Congratulations on that. And
Thank you.
how was your experience at WrestleMania?
WrestleMania is the grandest stage of them all. WrestleMania is WrestleMania, and like, and under the circumstances, and like, it's the fact that like how everybody like put their entire heart out in every
Hmm.
single performance, and like everybody just relished and like it's WrestleMania, and like you know it's just us and just WrestleMania. It's hard. Like I said, I'm so lost for words because like the last year has just been like a complete blessing, you know,
Sure.
from like NXT tag team titles to like the Raw tag team titles to now WrestleMania, and like to now say like I have a WrestleMania moment. It's like
Hmm.
it's crazy. So
Like none
yeah,
other, I'm sure.
yeah.
Well, after WrestleMania, you had a little bit of fun and you posted on your Instagram a picture of AJ Styles after the Boneyard match with the solo cup in his hand. How did that come about? I laughed so hard when I saw that on your social media.
Oh gosh. So like I mean AJ, you know, he went through it that night. And actually, one of my buddies was me and him was joking about it, and we was exchanging like photos between each other, and that was one of the photos we exchanged between each other. And then we was like, "Yeah, we got to put that out, man." So we finally posted it because it's his way of like, you got to toast on the way out. You have to on the way out. You always got to.
There you go. The perfect Street Profits touch. There you go.
Have to.
Okay, and can I ask you, what does "we want the smoke" actually mean?
So we want the smoke. So what that means is it's just like a mentality. So like you wake up in the morning, and if you, whatever task you have that day, whether it's a test, whether it's a driver's ed test, whether you have a bar exam, you want the smoke. Whether you have to go handle like this hard workout, you want the smoke. Whether you have to go for this job interview and you want to make sure you get that position, we want the smoke. So it's just like a mentality of like whatever is faced and whatever's coming your way that day, any occasion, you want the smoke. So that's what it
Okay.
meant. Yeah.
Okay. That totally makes sense. I was like, okay, I don't know if I've ever actually figured out what "we want the smoke" is, or along with any of the NXT universe, WWE universe knows. So now we all know that's exactly what it is.
The
Such a great
secret's
motto
out
to
now.
have too. Secrets out. There we go. Well, Montez, you are someone that has served your country along with many others on the WWE roster, and we thank you so much for that. What does it mean that WWE is able to give back and do events like Tribute to the Troops and other things that we do?
It's cool because like those guys work so hard, and they make a lot of sacrifices for themselves, for their families, and for this country. So for to see and have a place like WWE to go back and give back for them is very uplifting for them, and motivates them. And speaking for myself, who has been through the Marines, and knowing like things like that happen and like people reach out, it means a lot to those guys, and it motivates them to like just keep being those hard chargers that they are. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's cool.
absolutely. Well, we thank you for that, and thank everybody out there that's watching for that.
Absolutely.
But bringing it back over to you guys as the Street Profits, some might say you're one of the most entertaining men on the roster. Do you have like?
What?
Yes, absolutely.
No
Anytime
way.
you're out there, you just
I'm
have
bored.
every moment is a memeable moment. I always like to say. Do you have something that like, you do to get ready for that, or when the camera goes on, it just is like a light for you, or how do you get ready, or whenever you're out there in the ring, what turns on for you?
I think I just try to be myself as much as possible. Even now, like us just talking about it, I just try to be myself as much as possible. And like, and anyone else would say like you have the most fun when you just being yourself, and it's just easier that way versus trying to pose or be anything I'm not meant to be or anything. So, but yeah, it's just one of them things. But it, like I said, it goes back to like we said, like talking about Raw and everything, just being able to give a chance for everybody to, like you said, give them a moment or another meme they can post.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I think the one of you it went viral. It had to have, with you shaking the ring ropes. It had to have gone viral. Unbelievable. Well, since we're talking about you and Angelo, I do want to play a little game with you. I mean, I don't know if you saw NXT this past Wednesday night, how Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher did it was called the Newly Bros show.
Yes, I did see it. Yes.
But I kind of wanted to do I always do this thing every week called Mackenzie's Minute. So for 1 minute, I do something different with anybody that I have on as a guest. So I want to play a who is more, or who is a more likely game with you when we're talking about you and Angelo.
All right.
So I'll put a minute on the clock.
All right.
And then I'll just ask you fun questions, and you just have to say who is more off the top of your head, you or Angelo.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
So we've got the minute, and we're going. Okay. Who is more nervous for promos, matches, events, etc. in the WWE?
Myself.
Yourself. Okay. Who is better at math?
Who's better at math?
Math.
Myself.
Okay. Who is most likely to watch a scary movie?
Angelo.
Okay. Who would run for president?
Angelo.
Which one of you is most likely to sit down and read a book?
Both of us.
Okay. Can't pick one.
It'll probably myself. I'm sorry.
Who is more regimented?
Dawkins.
Who is more likely to trip entering the ring? Stumble
My
and fall.
Definitely me. Definitely me.
Who is most likely to win the lottery?
Definitely Dawkins.
Okay. Who is most likely to sleep through their alarm?
Definitely me.
And who uses their phone more?
Definitely Dawkins.
Dawkins. Yay! Now we get to know a little bit more about the Street Profits. I feel
Oh, there
like
you go. And just in 1 minute. 1 minute.
in 1 minute. See, it's so fun to get to play these
Minute.
games. Yes. Yes. Hey, and that was another question I had for you. You're always singing. Do you like to karaoke or do you just do it for fun?
So when I was younger, like I sung in church and choir, and so it was singing was one of them things that just my mama kind of like starting to have us embedded doing, and then it kind of she also said if you sing sometimes it soothes the mood no matter whatever the
Hmm.
situation is. So she said you should try it. So I just kept doing it.
Nice, nice. Well, you're certainly great at it. Well, thank you so much for spending time with us this morning on the NXT account. We love watching you on Monday Night Raw and seeing what you guys are doing in the Street Profits. And again, congrats on Raw Tag Team titles. That's absolutely amazing. So thanks
Thank you
again,
so much.
and stay safe and all is well.
You too. Thank you very much, and thank you all for joining and
Yep.
raise one. And always
Cheers,
know that
everyone.
we want
We
to
have to end
smoke.
it appropriately. We want the smoke. All right. Thanks, Montez.
Thank you.
Bye bye.